What's the name of the page?
Hairbrained with the ED. Hello, hello. I'm gonna wait just a few minutes before I introduce myself properly. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to jump on and then we are going to get started. I want to first thank Hairbrained for having me. Thank you so much, and I appreciate what you're doing for the industry with all the amazing educators giving education all over the world. So I am honored, I am elated to grace your platform, and I'm excited to share what I know. So to properly introduce myself, I am Kendall T. Johnson, better known as Kendall the Master Stylist. And this is my beautiful client, Miss Deanna. And we're going to be demonstrating, I could say what has been an absolute blessing in my life. We're going to be demonstrating the waves and curls. Of course, you know, waves, they have been actually popular since like the 1920s. Of course, we kind of brought them back with a twist, and we're adding some waves and curls. And then I did a beautiful violet brown color on her today. I actually relaxed and colored her hair in the same day. I know they say that cannot be done, but we actually just did it. And her hair is still, the integrity of her hair is still nice. So her hair is still healthy. It's still really, really, actually, once we let her hair dry, it actually went back to its natural curl pattern. So that's how you know it's not over processed. It's still in the healthiest state that it could be with a relaxer and a color. So again, we're going to be demonstrating waves and curls, and I'm going to go in and just part out the crown because we're going to want some height throughout the top, and we're going to go in and mold her hair with the waves, and then I'm going to allow her to dry, and then I'm going to answer some questions that you all may have. So I'm going to go in and just kind of part her on the side. Again, waves can be demonstrated all types of ways. I can wave her back. I can wave her going to one side. I can do waves going in different directions, just depending on what the end style is desired by the client. So you can be creative with the waves, or you can do a more uniform hairstyle, which is like what I'm wearing. So I'm going to turn her around so you can see how I am parting her hair. To achieve this technique, you're going to need a all-purpose comb, of course. You're going to need a really, really nice foam. The foam cannot be too diluted, too watered down. I'm actually using Kendall, the Master Stylist Sculpting Foam. It's fast drying. That way her dryer time is cut in half, non-flaking, and it actually helps as a detangler as well. So we're going to go right in with the foam. And remember, it's fast drying, so you want to kind of work fast. That way you're not overusing the product. And as you can see, I'm going to foam her in sections due to it being fast drying. So I'm going to foam her right here on the side, and we're just going to wave around the head as we go. So as I do this, I'm going to kind of talk you through it. So as you can see, I've kind of saturated the hair. Still not really overusing the product. So basically, you're just going to go in and make like half C's, or go in an S. Make like half C's or half S's Place your finger here, and you're just gonna go backwards, right? And then you'll rock your finger in the opposite direction of the wave. That way you don't pull up any hair, okay? All right, and we're just gonna go in and connect those waves. And you wanna make sure that everything is really, really smooth and really, really tight, because you want a polished look at the end, right? So I'm just gonna go in and connect the wave that I've already previously created. Can you start our dryer for me, Misha? Remembering to go back and smooth what you've already previously waved. And again, she is relaxed. She does have a relaxer. And the number one question is always, can this be done on natural hair? Well, it depends on texture, right? So I have my beautiful friend visiting in Florida. Yes, we are in Florida. So Misha, can you come here? I just want to demonstrate. I want to talk a little bit about texture, because we always get in a debate on my Instagram page. By the way, go follow me on Instagram at Kendall the Master Stylist. So if you're looking at her texture, she's a naturally curly textured, she has naturally curly textured hair, right? And her texture is more loose. As you can see, it's not a 4C texture. So I can actually go in, shampoo her, condition her, right? Because she's already been lifted to a level 10. So that's going to automatically relax those curls. So I'm going to go in with a really, really firm holding foam, right? And I can actually wave her curl pattern because her curls are already relaxed. She does not have a really, really tight, coily textured hair. So the question is always, can I get waves with natural hair? Only if you have a looser curl pattern, as we're showing right now. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go in and add more foam to the back. So again, to answer your questions about can you get this style if you're natural, only if you already have a naturally loose, curly, textured hair. Easy to straighten with a flat iron. So as you can see, really, really, really easy. I can control the hair very easily with this foam. I'm gonna unsnap her, because y'all, we are gonna give her a lot of personality within the nape area. And this foam is going to dry clear. It will not show up in the hair at all. And so we're gonna allow her to dry. And we're going to come back and style. Listen, I'm giving you all types of tips and techniques. We're going to go from wet waves to curly. And then we're going to come back in and style the hair. All right. So as you can see, I'm giving her a lot of personality. You can be very creative with your waves. You can make little pin curls in the nape area. Again, remember, we're just adding the foam as we go. That way you're not overusing, and you don't allow the foam to dry out before you actually get to that particular side. And you're basically just using your finger and the comb to create these waves. And also feel free to work your comb. So you can turn your comb depending on what side of the head you're working on. You can turn the comb as well, and it'll work to your advantage. Still using our finger to create the waves around her face. Again, just going in and making sure everything is nice and smooth.
That's D in the truck.
Deandra. Somebody see her?
They asking D as you say.
No, they're talking about her. Talking about Kendall.
They asking as you say.
Me?
Yeah, they're asking about Kendall.
Oh my God. That's not supposed to be a part of the course, okay? The class. All right, so I'm gonna go in and I'm actually just gonna part the top out because we want this to dry really quickly. Remember, when you're working in the salon, time is money, right? So you want to work smarter and not harder, right? So I'm gonna go in and create some waves around her fringe area, and we're gonna leave the apex of the hair, we're gonna leave it straight because we're gonna come back in and just blow it out, okay? So I'm just gonna go in, add a little bit of foam, and we're gonna create some personality right here in the front. And I'm gonna connect this to what we already have on the right side of her head, okay? Pull your head down just a little bit. Yeah. And basically you just connect to what you've already created. So we are going to actually place her under the dryer for a few moments. So I'll be able to answer questions as they come in. So if you have questions, let's use this time to ask any questions, whether it be about business, whether it be about client retention, you know, how to recession proof your business. I have courses that I teach on all of this, y'all. So to give you a little bit about myself, I'm gonna have my Amisha place her under the dryer for me. So a little bit about myself. I'm a global educator. Again, I'm Kendall T. Johnson, better known as Kendall, the Master Stylist. I've been a professional hairstylist now for 20 years. I'm a salon owner. I'm here, right here in Orlando, Florida, at Celebrity Status Hair Salon. And how did I move to a different state, to a different city? 6 years ago, nobody had ever heard of Kendall. I was not Kendall the Master Stylist when I moved here. I didn't even have an Instagram, right? I didn't know how Instagram worked. I didn't know how Facebook worked, any of this. I just kind of had the page and would, you know, go on and browse as I felt like it for leisure time, right? So moving to Orlando, nobody had ever heard of me. And at that particular time, I just blended in with all the rest of the stylists. I had weave, extensions down my back, no color, no nice cut. What's the foam you're using? I am using Kendall the Master Stylist Sculpting Foam. You can find this at kendalltjohnson.com. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, Kendall the Master Stylist Sculpting Foam. Let me see if I can scroll back up. It can be done on natural hair. Yes, it can be done on natural hair depending on the curl pattern.
Yeah, I've been responding to some.
So I moved here. I had extensions down my back. I pretty much blended in with the rest of the stylists. And things got hard. Times got hard really, really quickly. I did not have a plan B. I did not know how I was going to make it. I actually moved from Texas to Florida just wanting a new start, right? And so moving here, it's several other really, really talented African-American stylists here, right? And so I came here and I did not have a plan B. I passed out cards, passed out flyers, but guess what? Nobody was coming, right? And so quickly, I had to come up with a plan. Do you ship? Yes, I ship international. However, international shipping can be a little expensive. So just contact me and we'll see how we can get it to you. But yes, I do ship international. Moving here, nothing was happening, right? So in 2 months, I was almost homeless. And I'm going somewhere with this story because it connects with the technique that I just showed you. So I moved here, eviction notice on my door within 2 months because I had no friends, no family in Florida, no clients, no clientele. And guess what? Nobody would help me. Nobody would help me. And so I prayed about something. I prayed to God and I asked God to give me a game plan that will literally change the trajectory of my life, right? So I took the weave out, cut my hair, colored it magenta. Why did I take the weave out? Because I blended in. I looked like everybody else, right? At that time, I had a 16-year-old daughter. She could do extensions. She could do sew-ins. You can learn that on YouTube, right? But what I just showed you takes skill set. It takes skill. It takes you mastering something, right? You can either be a jack of all trades and master nothing and blend in, or you can stand out, become an expert at what you do, and when clients look for that particular thing, you will be the one to mention. Hi, I think my question earlier got missed. I am wondering how much pressure were you using with your finger and your comb? Very, very light pressure. You want to make sure that the teeth to the comb actually penetrates, or it actually goes through every hair strand to get a very polished wave, right? Because once you comb it out, you still want it to be very, very polished. You don't want flyaways. But the pressure is actually very, very light strokes, but firm enough to make sure you're penetrating every piece of hair. You are beautiful. God has listened to you, my dear. Asking you shall receive. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. So like I said, I cut my hair, colored it magenta, because that would cause me to stand out. And what I learned is there are a great amount of African American hairstylists that does not understand cutting, coloring, and relaxing the hair while protecting the integrity of the hair at the same time, right? So I created a need for what I did. Now I want y'all to get this. So more pressure with the comb, less with the finger waves. Yes, but not a lot of pressure. You still don't need a lot of pressure, but just enough to penetrate every piece of hair. So here's the formula. Create a need for what you do, right? There's a shortage of African American hairstylists that understand color, cutting, and the relaxer process. So I created a need for what I did, right? The waves and curls will literally change the game for your business if you learn how to master it. Now I'm talking to my short hair people, right? My short hair stylists. So I practiced and practiced and practiced. I took courses on color. I took courses on how to protect the integrity of the hair while using chemicals, right? You already know chemicals are going to change the curl pattern. It's going to change the hair texture, right? So you're talking about going from extra curly to straight. So you have to understand when you're relaxing and you're coloring at the same time, it's a chemical process. It's a chemistry to that. So what I did was I studied it. I took classes. I invested in myself and I mastered it. Let me say this again. Being a jack of all trades, what does that actually mean? Oh, well, I do extensions, I do braids, I do color, I do cut, I do weaves, I do quick weaves, I do locks, You don't want to be a jack of all trades. You want to master something, hone in on your niche, right? Hone in on your niche, master that, and when clients are looking for that, you will be the one to mention. Now, fast forward 8 months later, after moving to a brand new city, a brand new state, I had no brand, I had no followers, I had little to any knowledge about how to use social media for leverage, right? So I cut my hair, colored it magenta, posted it on Instagram. And I literally went from being overlooked to overbooked to a 6-figure hairstylist in less than 8 months in a new city and in a new state where nobody knew my name. Fast forward 6 years later, I'm still creating waves, creating curls. Most of my clients' hair is very, very soft. They love, well, all of my clients' hair is soft. It's a very, very soft texture hairstyle, and it's trending. Most of my clients are professional women, and they just absolutely love it. I have people flying from Ohio, from California, from Michigan, from Chicago, from Atlanta, just to get this particular cut and style. So again, master your craft. Find your niche. Find out what you're good at. Find out what you're good at. Create a need for what it is you do. Your ability to do what you do. So that means, how well do you do what you do over the next hairstylist or over the next 20 hairstylists, right? If you know what I know, it's a hair salon on every corner in every city and state, in every country, right? And so what is it about what I do and the need for what I do and my ability to do what I do, right? And then the difficulty that it would be in replacing you. So you have to create a need for what you do, your ability to do what you do, and then the difficulty that it would be in replacing you. How easy is it for your clients to replace you? You have to ask yourself that. And so basically around this technique that I just showed you is what I've created for my brand and my business. And it literally took me from almost being homeless to a 6-figure earner in less than 8 months. So what I did to build my business in Texas, it took me 13 years to do. Here, it only took me 8 months. So make sure you're honing everything down to a niche. Master that. Create a marketing plan out of this world and use social media to your leverage. All right. So I'm going to check my my client to see how she's drying, and then we're going to come back and we're going to style her. We're going to create waves actually with the flat iron. So these are the tools that I'll be using. What this is it's a 1-inch Babyliss Pro. And for the shorter curls, I use the H2 Pro. And this is actually an 1/8 of an inch. Very, this is the smallest flat iron I have ever seen in my life. But it has literally changed the game for my business. I use this flat iron every single day, just about on every client. So this is, again, the H2 Pro. And it's 1/8 of an inch. It's very tiny. Very tiny, as you can see. And then I have the Babyliss Pro, and this is the 1-inch. So you have the 1-inch, and you have the 1/8 of an inch flat iron. All right, I'm here to answer any more questions that you may have. Thank you so much for sharing your amazing story and your artistry. We'll be purchasing your courses. Thank you so much.
Cece mentioned a question to you. She said, should you only have one or two things you specialize in, or should you stick to one thing or be great at that, Cece?
Okay, Cece, so to answer your question, as you can see, I specialize in, like, I guess you could say 3 things, but they all go together, right? So you have cutting, you have color, and then of course your chemical services, which is your relaxer. So I would say at least 2 things that go together. So cut and color, that's 2 things that you need to specialize in. Actually, some salons are decompartmentalized, meaning you can only do cutting, meaning you can only do color. And I haven't found that to be a bad thing. So it's whatever your niche is and whatever you really love to do. So if you love to cut, I know some hairstylists that's, their cuts are $300. Their cuts are $500. So it just depends on what type of salon you work in, whether it's booth rental or it's commission-based. Most commission-based salons are decompartmentalized. So you can only do one thing. Versus for me, of course, my salon is booth rental. So everyone is their own boss. They are, everybody is independent contractors. So you can pretty much do whatever works for your business. As for me, I love cutting, I love color, and I just love art when it comes to hair. So with the technique that I've shown, you can style that. I can style my hair so many different ways using waves and curls. And I'm going to demonstrate that as soon as my client dries. I'm going to demonstrate how I can literally change the entire look of what you just saw me demonstrate. Any more questions?
You got a lady named Miss Webb, Marina Webb. She says thanks for sharing your story. She's in your amazing artistry. She will be purchasing your courses.
Awesome.
Then we have a question down here from.
Can you comment? Can you type in a comment? Can you type in KendallTJohnson.com? Is where you can purchase the courses and pin it. I think you can pin it as well.
And then you got somebody else. Do you wash hair? You shampoo?
Yes, we shampoo hair. We're gonna use the proper terminology, which is shampoo, not wash. You wash clothes, not hair. So yes, I absolutely do. I shampooed. I previously did a relaxer on her, and then we went back with a color. I used a level 5 violet. Is the name of the color that I did, and I used a 40 volume, of course, equal parts. And then we went in and I did a 90-degree haircut around the bottom part of the head, and then I actually did a disconnect. I did a disconnected haircut at the top because I wanted some drama throughout the top. So it's extremely longer in the top, of course, than it is around the sides and the back. And like I said, we did do a relaxer and a color in the same day, and the integrity of the hair was protected. So any more questions while we dry? And if y'all will, share this video. Share this video. Tag a stylist and share the video. The color line was Influence. And I used a level 5 violet brown. And I mixed it with equal parts using 40 volume. And I allowed it to process for 40 minutes. I'm practicing right now. How do I connect the back from the left to the right, vice versa? Janetta, did you, I demonstrated that at the beginning of the video. So I'm sure Hairbrain will leave this video up. You can actually watch it as many times as you like. But you actually, it's almost just like connecting the dots. So if you're connecting dots, right, you're gonna do one section at a time. So I actually waved one section going in a vertical direction. So I would do one section, wave all of that section, come over and actually connect that wave. And it's almost just like connecting the dots. And that's an easier way that I found, is doing it in sections instead of trying to connect the wave all the way around the head, come back, connect that wave, and go all the way around the head, come back, connect that wave. So I've learned that connected it vertically in sections has actually made it a lot easier.
What's your normal time frame for applying the dryer with the comb?
Normal time frame anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the density of that client's hair.
Second phase to that is, do you ever wrap it with anything or use clips?
I never use clips. I never use the neck strips, of course. As I was explaining at first, this foam is very, very concentrated. It's not watered down. It does not have alcohol in it. It's not going to be runny at all. It's very, very consistent. The performance of this foam, y'all, is phenomenal. And I'm not just saying that because it's my line, but it actually works. Like, it really, really, it's the #1 foam on the market right now. So it's fast drying. Whether her hair is dense or it's fine, it still dries relatively fast. I would say maybe 20-25 minutes at the most. And I can't really see the comments.
It's okay. I'm typing it back to them as you say it.
Okay.
Just to make sure, and I'll go back up. Then they have somebody here. What do you use to? Okay, you did say the chemical master stylist of can you talk more about recession proofing salon business? Recession proofing your business. Remember the formula that I gave, and I hope you're writing notes, y'all. This course I teach. I actually have a course called No More Slow Days, and I share basically what I did to become a 6-figure stylist in less than 8 months. I've created a business of experience, no more slow days. I don't care if it's the pandemic. I don't care if it's typically holiday time. A lot of times during holidays, we'll typically get slow because people spend money on, buying gifts and doing what they do. So they'll kind of pull back from the hair salon. Well, I've actually created a business of having no more slow days, no matter if it's a up, down, downtime. The whole world can be saying they're slow and I'm still busy, right? And so the formula that I use is creating a need for what I do, right? So you have to find a problem that most clients are having. What problems are your clients having? And the way I figured this out was when I moved here, of course, all my clients were new clients, right? And so I would ask questions. Hey, why did you choose me? It's several other hairstylists in Orlando. Why did you choose me, of all people, right? And so it may have been a complaint, too many hours in the salon. Most people are very busy. They don't have time to be in the salon 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day, right? So, of course, I knew that I needed to have time management. I needed to cut down on the salon time because I knew my target market. My target market is, high-end clients, business women, entrepreneurs, busy moms. Busy moms don't have time to be in the salon, right? They have to tend to their children, right? So I knew that as a hairstylist, most stylists are not good with time management. So I knew that I needed to hone in on that, and I needed to master time management, right? And so that was an issue for my clients. So you have to learn what issues are your clients having, or a potential client, what issues are they having with their stylist? You need to figure that out, and then you need to solve the problem. So you're creating a need for what you do. And then my ability to do what I do, right? So I mastered what I do. That way it would be very, very difficult for my client to walk out the door and go down the street and find somebody who do what I do at the level of excellence that I do it, right? So create a need for what you do, your ability to do what you do, and the difficulty that it would be in replacing you as a hairstylist. That's the formula. And then you market. You got to come to the salon looking the part. This is my everyday attire at the salon, right? I'm comfortable. I got on a pair of nice, comfortable sneakers. But guess what? I have black on. Everyone in the salon has to wear black because it just looks good, right? You want to look good. You want to, represent your brand very well. So you have to be a walking billboard. You have to look the part. You got to look good when you walk into the salon, right? So it's a package deal. And that's how I created a recession-proof business.
They're actually asking you to do your own hair, which is befitting because you just talked about uniform.
Yes, absolutely. I absolutely do my own hair. And I work out as well. And so I shampoo my hair just about every day. Well, every day. I shampoo my hair in the shower. And I mold it at home. I leave the house with it wet. By the time I get to the salon, it's dry. I have a Moroccan oil serum. And it's called Pure Silk as well. So I may put a drop of this in my hair by the time I get to the salon. Run it through my hair. And just rake through it, and voila, this is what you get. And that's just about every day. And it's really, really, it's really quick because, as I say, the foam is fast drying. So by the time I get to the salon, my hair is already dry. All right. My client should be dry, hopefully. Necklace was hot.
Take them off.
While you're rubbing through the head, it says, do you think having an assistant is important to help cut down on your time?
Absolutely. Great question. So my daughter is actually my assistant, and I have her to shampoo all my clients. She preps for chemicals. So let's say I'm going to do a relaxer. I'll have her to base the relaxer first, section it into 4 quadrants, and my client is ready to be relaxed. So absolutely, an assistant is vital for the time management.
Okay. Do you think it's okay to use Mazzani relaxer with the color line?
You can use the relaxer of your choice, whatever works for you. But yeah, I think Mazzoni is great.
And then that's it so far. I'll go back up this trip and see. Oh, it was one I do. She says she does hair part time. I think that hinders my progress. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. I believe in doing full time and getting the most out of your craft. And you have to love what you do, right? You know, I went to school to become a professional stylist. You know, and this is what I've been doing since I was 18. So I wouldn't want to go to school, waste that time, and still have to be still have to work in corporate America. I love being my own boss. I love, you know, just doing what I love to do. All right, so.
Tanya said you can actually use a 40 volume developer on relaxed hair.
Yes.
She's in shop.
Well, you're looking at it. This is what I use today. If the client's hair is in a healthy state. Now, you're going to do a proper analysis. And if that client's hair is actually, her hair was virgin, you know, she was actually natural. And after this video, I'm going to actually post on my Instagram the full process, the before as well as the after. But if the client's hair is in great shape, absolutely, you can absolutely do that.
It was like your finger, oh my God, those finger waves, I can't even do them. They're saying they just can't even do them. And somebody's actually, not somebody, Miss Denise Ross, she says, do you recommend Marcel curling irons for longer lasting curls? No, I mean, I'm not my business. Let me get off of that.
Again, it's whatever works for you. So, as you can see, her hair is completely dry, right? Her hair is completely dry. Her hair is actually very dense as well, and it's completely dry. So I'm just going to go through with the Pure Silk Moroccan Oil Serum. It's very light, but it gives maximum shine, and it also acts as a heat protectant as well. And this is my finishing product line by Kendall, the Master Stylist. You can find this at kendalltjohnson.com. Again, another tool that I absolutely love is the Dyson blow dryer. It's very quiet, it's very light, and the technology on this blow dryer I absolutely love. So this is what we're gonna blow her hair with.
Somebody said, how long did it take you to develop your own product line? And how many products do you have total?
Total. You want to show the hair wraps as well? Do you have a wrap up here? Right here on the mannequin. So we have 4, 3. I have the foam. I have the Moroccan oil serum.
Your comb.
The comb right here, and a Max Shine hair polish that I forgot.
Okay. Kendall actually has 5 products. One is not with us at this particular moment, but we do have the Pure Silk Serum, which you have. All of this is on her website, KendallTJohnson.com. I know there were some questions about how to follow her on Instagram. It will be Kendall, the Master Stylist, on Instagram, okay? And then she also has the comb, which is the title. What do you call this comb?
It's the Ultimate Feather Comb.
The Ultimate Feather Comb is her second product. Of course, you've seen her demonstrate the amazing sculpting foam, the Kendall the Master Stylist sculpting foam. All these are on the website. And we also have a head wrap, because we don't believe in bonnets and we like to preserve the integrity of the style when she goes to bed at night. So it is a sleeping cute head wrap, and I will demonstrate this as I step away from close up to the camera. So we always ask you, how you sleeping tonight? And so when we get here, you'll put this on, as such, and come across. It comes over the ears. It's very light, it's airable, and it's made out of satin, so that's going to keep the moisture inside of your hair. If I'm not naturally curly, I actually, when my hair is molded down in a pixie, I actually sleep in this at night because it gives you great shine to your hair. So those are the products that she has, and so just visit her website, KendallTJohnson.com, and we will get you set up, and that is her courses as well. Okay, there you have it.
Thank you so much, Amisha.
Yeah, well.
So as you can see, I'm just going in and creating some curls in the top. I'm actually going to come in and also manipulate these waves and give her some nice pizzazz with this style. So I'm just going to go in and do the top first.
They want to know, is your color that you applied to her, is it a semi-demi, or permanent?
It's permanent.
Okay. They'll ask you, when do you use the comb? More of your feathering techniques?
Yes, for a more looser style. So I use the comb as well on my bobs. When you're doing more feathered, I also use the comb on my hair because I have a more relaxed hairstyle. This hairstyle is more uniform, and so I don't use the comb. I mostly go in and I'll style her with my fingers after she's all curled.
Ms. Kim said Kim Keita said she needs a case. I guess she's talking about the phone.
Yes, and we also have wholesale programs available as well. So if you would like to retail, that's a whole nother class, retailing in your salon. Like, retailing can pay your entire overhead at the salon. So retailing is definitely a game changer, especially if you typically find yourself having slow moments at the salon. Always retail. Your clients will really respect you for giving them tips on how to take care of their hair at home.
Allure Family Salon is asking, what do you charge for this service that you're providing on today?
Well, I don't like to talk prices out like this. It's definitely not professional. It's whatever you feel that you're worth. So I could tell you my prices, but guess what? It's a package deal. So, of course, my clients are not in the salon all day. They're getting a very high-end service. I'm very attentive to my clients. They're not in the salon all day, and they're getting a quality service. So it's whatever you feel like you're worth. And when you really walk in integrity and you present yourself as a professional, your clients will pay whatever you charge. They will, and they won't complain about it. And not only will they pay, they'll tip really well. So as you can see, I'm actually going in and turning the flat iron in I'm doing more of like a round. It's like the flick of the wrist. So if you go in, your wrist needs to be very loose. And you just basically are going in like this. And the hair, just allow the hair to just flip out of the flat iron. You don't more so try to go in and create it. You just turn and pull out, and the hair will actually, it'll kind of automatically create more of a pin curl effect. So if you watch my wrist action really close, I'm going in, and I'm not stopping until all of the hair has been passed through the flat iron. And see, it just kind of comes in and creates that pin curl effect. And you can be creative at the top. And I would say do on base curls at the top to give some volume. And I do more of a off base curl around the sides and the back, because I want those curls to kind of lay flat to the head. And so being creative with your curls at the top, you can kind of curl it in different directions to create texture.
Are you left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
How many services did she get today?
3.
3. Oh. How you like that?
She got 3 services today. So how do you feel?
I feel great.
You feel great? You
Beautiful.
Like your, you
I
like
feel
your
beautiful.
hair?
Yes.
Yeah, you come together, girl. See, I get to look right here like that. It's a little behind, but you know. I just think I want to get somebody to my weight, please.
Yeah.
Sir, we can't wait. Mr. G, we have to keep moving.
So can y'all also do me a favor? Can y'all make sure that y'all show Hairbrain so much love, y'all? This actual course sells for hundreds of dollars, right? But y'all are actually getting it for free on Hairbrain. So make sure y'all share this video. Make sure y'all give Hairbrain a lot of love. Thank them for this platform, because what they're doing is changing the industry. Like, they are giving excellent education every single day. So y'all make sure y'all follow Hairbrain. Follow me on Instagram as well, because I bring this all day, every day on Instagram. And also just let them know what an amazing job they're doing, and to keep it up.
It's not letting me respond to look, this is Winona. I don't know her, but she's asking, is this a shampoo, cut, and color? And I'm telling her no, baby, it's a relaxer, cut, and
It's a relaxer, cut, and color. Of course, for maintenance, she would come in and she would book a shampoo, and style with waves is what she will book on my website. Because this is actually a specialty, everybody cannot do this. So you wouldn't book just a normal shampoo style. You would actually book a shampoo style, add waves.
Tell Miss Christie, no, it didn't cost a fortune. Miss Christie said it must have cost a fortune. No, it didn't, Miss Christie. How long does this style usually last?
Most of my clients, anywhere from 1 week to 2. It depends on the person, and it depends on the home maintenance. So I have a home maintenance kit that I have put together for clients, and I actually put that kit together during the pandemic so that people can maintain their hair at home. And of course, I'll demonstrate how I have them to tie their hair down at night with the Sleeping Cute hair wrap. That way, their style is preserved. It actually helps maintain the shine and the moisture in the hair as well.
Well, thank you for your time. And they said it is beautiful.
Thank you. All right, so now we are going to go in with our 1 inch. And I'm just going to show you how she could either wear this just like this, or you can actually go in and create waves with the flat iron as well. And so basically you're going in the direction of the wave, and you do the same exact thing. You're not going to stop the flat iron at mid shaft. You're going to bring it all the way out to the ends. And remember, the mold is very, very important, because that's what's going to guide you in what direction to curl the hair.
Okay, they said this is gorgeous. They were wanting to know that you use a leave-in conditioner under the foam.
No leave-in conditioner. I actually, after the relaxer, I used the reconstructive conditioner. I allowed it to sit for about 15 minutes. Of course, I rinsed it with cool water. And what that does is that closes the cuticle after the chemical process has been done, so that you can trap the nutrients and the moisture into the hair.
Okay, they said what's the benefit in using a flat iron opposed to a curling iron?
It's just technique, basically. It's a lot easier using a flat iron. I wouldn't be able to create the same look with a Marcel iron or a curling iron. Uh-oh, sorry. Sorry. Don't burn your client.
They're saying that the home kit is a great option for clients. She loves it, and she also said thanks for the information. She appreciates your expertise.
Thank you. And so I want you to get a very good look at how I manipulate the hair going into the direction of the wave. So you're basically off base, and you're going to bring that flat iron out and over in the same direction of the wave. And you see, it basically just kind of creates more of a 3D wave effect instead of it being flat.
Somebody wants to know, is a silk press the same as a hard press?
Silk press?
It's the same as a hard press, it's not.
No, I don't think so. I don't really deal with silk presses. I do cut and color.
You have someone said your work has always been amazing, professionalism at its best.
Thank you.
And then they also said, since you're working so close to the scalp, how do you make sure you don't burn the client?
Oh, is that a trick question?
Good comb. I missed the comb.
Normally with the flat iron, you don't really burn the client. The heat it could get, because as you can see if you look really closely, this flat iron gets really, really hot. So with the smoke and the heat coming from the flat iron, sometimes it may get a little toasty. But to burn them, I don't think so, because of the way the flat iron is made. It would never really touch the scalp of the client. The actual plate of the iron will never touch the scalp.
They want to know what brand is the flat iron, the small one that is?
It is the H2 Pro. Now she's scared, y'all. I think my client is. I done traumatized my client, y'all, with the smoke. And so also remember to always go in and clean up around the face. That's not color. That's actually like residue from the foam and the color. So it's an easy cleanup. You don't ever want your clients to leave and the evidence of a fresh color is still on their face. They will thank you for that later. So you're going to go in and make sure you clean that up. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on this side, and then we're going to style her out. And again, you're just going to follow that wave until the entire curl is complete. Remember, the trick is not to stop at mid-shaft. You want to follow that strand all the way out, and then the hair is just going to kind of fall into place, because remember, you already pre-molded it in the direction that you want it to go.
They're asking, is a flat iron brand by Red a good flat iron? It is. Tell me if they do have some that are good that you use.
What brand is that?
Red.
Yes, I actually have owned a Red flat iron before. So yes, it is good also.
Your question, I think you said it a while ago, but I'll let you reiterate it. Is going over the finger wave with the flat iron optional according to the effect you want, or do you do it anyway to make the style last longer?
No, it's optional. Sometimes I go over it if the client may request that they don't want it curled on the bottom. They just like to wear the flat waves. Of course, I can go in and be more creative if I use the flat iron. So,
Okay.
yes, it is optional.
Yeah, so that's what you answered it pretty much for the next one. She says, why do all the finger waves if you just don't curl? But you just answered it.
Well, the finger waves actually creates the pattern. So to go in and mold it in a finger wave pattern, you're actually setting the style up for the end results. So she would not have had this same result if I would not have molded her in a way. Like her fringe area, the nape, all of this back here, all this nice drama and this creativity and all this customization is what I call it. It would not have been like that if I would not have molded her in a wave.
They're saying it's beautiful, and then somebody said, I could watch you do this all day, Kendall. You always swing the wave.
Thank you. So we're just gonna go in.
You haven't. They wanted to know, have you ever done this on Caucasian hair?
I actually have. I actually did this on Caucasian hair in New York on Hairbrain back in March. So yes, this can be done on Caucasian hair. So I'm just going in to create some texture and some drama to this hairstyle. We don't want it to be boring at all. We want some drama. And so basically just coming in and teasing out this front to give her front some drama.
Face bringing. Come on, then.
You can actually,
They giving us
I
some
see.
So I said hi, Christian.
we want to break it up and actually give her like a part, which she requested a part earlier. So I can also go in and break this up and give her a part as well. And see, when you mold those waves, you cannot comb these out. Like, you're going to have to wash it out, to shampoo it out.
They said it's the effing waves for them. And then they, she know who they is. And then one said, give me drama, baby. Give me drama.
So just went in and broke that up just a little bit because she is young, so she don't want to be looking like an older lady. So we went in and just broke it up just a little bit and added a part on the side. And voila, you have the finishing touches. All right, thanks again for tuning in. I am Kendall, the Master Stylist. My real name is Kendall T. Johnson. You can follow me on Instagram at Kendall the Master Stylist. Also Facebook at Kendall the Master Stylist. I want to thank Hairbrain again for allowing me to grace this platform. And I will see y'all soon. Thanks for tuning in.